What's good, everybody? It's your boy Flock representing the game Illuminaughty, and I am back with another Gamer Conversations. This time, I got the homie, hit him up. He said, yes, I am down. My homeboy representing GMG, UTxDaProph3cy. Say what up to the people, my guy.
What's good, fam? God is here. What's up, nigga?
Yeah. We in this joint, man. We in this joint. Yeah, you know how we do this, man. We just gonna basically chop it up. Let the people get to know that ain't really that familiar with you, or the people that do kind of know what you're doing, get to know some stuff they may or may not know about you, and you kind of confirm it. That sound all right with you? We gonna get started. First off,
I'm an open book, cuz it's whatever.
no doubt. All right, first off, I'm gonna just ask you. This is a question I know a lot of people wanting to know, so I'll start off. I just ask you, how did you come up with your name?
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. It took me forever to choose that name, even though prophecy is just so simplistic or whatever. Like, I was struggling with that because, like, you know me back on 360 days, so like, I was going by a different name. Arcanist is a name I created a long time ago, and I ended up switching to like SS Dark Avenger. So before like we became UTX and UTX became a real thing, and for the people that don't know, it's not just me and JG. It's like 30 of us, like dead ass. I was just going through like different names, and I was just like, I remember I had so many. Like I was like UTX, God's gift, God's plan, like no joke. Like so, like I was just, it was just one day, and I was just like, I had a prophecy about something, and I was just like, there it is, guys.
I'm a prophet.
Like, that's exactly what it was. Like I definitely prophesied some shit, and I was like, that's what it is, bro.
Okay. What does UTX stand for?
Undiscovered talent.
Okay, y'all.
It's people joke on us and be like, but some of y'all niggas is discovered. But like, really, what it was is my boy. His name is Phantom Leaders. This man was like, he wasn't great at video games, but he wasn't terrible at video games. So one day he was just like, everybody was just like staying with everybody nice at. So I was like, this is Gears of War day. So I was like a beastie ass sniper. And then my boy was a good ass shotgunner. And my man's Phantom was like, nigga, what am I good at? And I was like, man, you undiscovered talent, cuz. And then it clicked from right then and there. And we like changed our names immediately.
All right. So for the people that don't know, where you from?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What's up?
All right. So you're from Milwaukee, and y'all heard what UTX stand for. So about how old were you when you started playing games?
When I was a sperm donor's nutsack, cuz he had that little twinkle in his eye, and he met my mom's at an arcade back in the days, and they was playing like Pac-Man tournament or whatever. So that's when I first arrived on the video game plethora. But then right after that, when I was like 4 years old, my older brother used to always use me as a test subject to fight his boys in like Street Fighters and stuff like that. So like, it didn't work out the way he wanted to. I used to beat his ass, and they used to get my ass beat for real because I was beating his ass in the game. And when you like 4-5, you don't know nothing. You just spamming buttons or whatever. So I was definitely hitting him with the Hadoukens nonstop. And yeah, so like about 4 years old.
Cool. So what was like the first game that what's the first game you would say you couldn't put down, that you was like, when you played it, you just couldn't put it down?
My favorite game of all time, brother. X-Men on Sega Genesis. It's the game where you could only be like 4 different X-Men characters. It was like Cyclops, Gambit, Nightcrawler, and Wolverine. But you can call in help from every other X-Men that was there. And the very first level was the jungle level, and you had a Juggernaut running at you and shit like that. That's my very first game that I just was stuck on. I was so stuck on it that the peep game, fam. I was so stuck on that game that I didn't own the game. I used to go to my babysitter's house, which was like, literally next door, and I would steal his my babysitter's copy. I remember I got in trouble one time. My mom beat my ass or whatever, and then I really wanted it so bad that this is back in the day where they had video game station. Y'all probably don't know about that. I don't know if video game station's still around, but I ended up going there and taking a copy of that 5-6 years old, because like I was fiending for that.
You remind me of my little brother. My little brother did that. Went down the street and stole Mike Tyson's Punch Out from his friend's house.
Man, I was fiending for that X-Men, bro.
That's crazy. What's the game that you playing the most right now?
The game I'm playing the most right now, Monster Hunter. It's got to be Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter is number one. I got like 80 plus hours on this game.
Is it really that good?
It's just no life and like crazy, bro. Like it's just a game where you could just chill with your boys and just hunt monsters. Like, so if you don't like Destiny, you wouldn't like this type of game because this game is all about repeated grinding, building character, armor, weapons, and stuff like that.
Good old Destiny, boy. I remember those days, boy.
Yeah,
we used to play that shit out of that game.
That game's, man, fuck Destiny now.
Yeah, still. All right. So you married man, right?
Yes, sir.
So how is that, like, how do you do the whole juggling your gaming and personal life thing? Because your wife's a gamer too, right?
Yeah. Let me tell you that story first, since we over here being real and shit. So for the people that don't know, which none of y'all do except for a few close of my friends, I met my wife on Xbox 360 over 10 plus years ago.
That's
I met
crazy.
her on Call of Duty 4 beta, and we ended up getting we've been together for what, 8 years, married for 6 years. I don't know, she'll kill me if she watched this, but yeah, so we met on Call of Duty, just like regular ass shit, bro, and just she's getting back into her gaming roots right now, so she's actually downstairs playing Fortnite with the homies. So it's not really hard juggling that life when you got somebody that is kind of into the same
level
things you into. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll watch like football with me. She'll watch basketball. I just got her into anime and stuff like that. So you know, it's not really that hard to juggle.
Cool. That's amazing, bro. You met your wife on Xbox Live, bro.
Yeah,
that's
facts,
crazy. That is crazy.
Yo, the even crazier thing about it is, so like this, let me go into even more detail. See, this is how I know it's God's plan. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's people out there that don't believe in God, but I do. So like, I had downloaded Call of Duty 4 the beta. You remember Manson, my boy Manson. Mm-hmm. He let me have his account. I downloaded his account. I had the slowest internet in the world. This is like SBC Global, my nigga. Like this is AOL back in the day.
With the disc.
I'm talking about the all that shit. So like it took me literally like 10 hours. I downloaded it like 8 o'clock at night, and I didn't get done with till like 7 o'clock in the morning. So like, jeez. I only got to play like 3 or 4 rounds, and I was so like, you know, fiending for it. I was so mad that I had to go to school. I ended up going to school and then was like, yo, I'm leaving, cuz my teacher was like, yo, what's going on? I was like, man, I gotta play this game, fam. Like, so I left school, came back home, hopped on, and then I got into, you know, the private chat with Manson, and we started playing Call of Duty 4. Immediately after that, she came in. So that's why I mean, like, if I would have never left school, I might not have never met her. Because it's just weird coincidence how that timing worked out like that. Right. So like, sometimes it's good to skip school.
Get to school. The reason why you out now with your wife, that's crazy, bro.
And Call of Duty, cuz. So
Call of Duty, you know, that's the ultimate social game, bro. Like
Call of Duty will forever be one of my favorite games. Call of Duty 4 will always be like, you know, holds a special place in my heart no matter what.
All right, that's crazy. All right, now being a part of a gaming group, which is GMG, for those who not in the know, I know you encounter a lot of like cool people, but I know you also deal with some drama too, right? Like, yeah. Which way? Because you know you be in there with us, and we tell you shit. So how do you all deal with that? Well, how do you specifically deal with that type of stuff?
I'm gonna be real, bro. I've gotten better over time. I feel like the older I get, the wiser I'm becoming, and the less bullshit I'm dishing out, because you know me, bro. Like I'll go back and forth with the best of them. I don't care. So like now I've really just been like looking at more of a we a business, fam. So we got to present ourselves in a business manner. So now instead of me cussing you out on Twitter or just going on and on, I'm just going to be like, all right, hit this block button, cuz.
Yeah, because you don't know who's watching your responses to stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but before, everybody knows, if you watch GMG, you know I was a gunner in GMG. Like I was ready. I was always
believe me, I know. Like, if anybody can attest to it, you know it's your boy.
That shit, and even in GI, when niggas had issues, I'm like, nigga, let's go. What you mean? It's just like,
yes, anybody out here, anybody bad mouth GI or GMG, yo, I would like come at they neck,
that's
yo,
what
for
I'm
real.
saying, fam. Like, so like now I'm just a little bit like, I don't get it wrong. I ain't gonna make it seem like I'm a saint up here.
Pushover, yeah,
Because you will get this, you will get clapped. I keep that thing too. You will get clapped, nigga. But you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be more courteous about how I do it.
more strategic in your retaliation.
Yeah,
I
like
feel
you
you.
know.
Oh boy, that's no. I wanted to ask you this, man, because I think I was talking to JG about that. I couldn't really. I think it was me and JG or me and Ace were talking about this, and you know how you do the whole 6 degrees of separation thing, right? And I was thinking like, how did me and you meet? Because I still don't remember exactly. I'm sure it was some shit talking that was involved, but
I'm gonna be real. I feel like when it comes to like certain people, you just click so well. I can't give you even the game. I don't know if it was Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2. Like I know it was most definitely a Call of Duty, and I'm definitely 100% sure it was some shit talking. Because if you're not really my friend if I ain't shit talking you the first time we talk. None of my friends that I have today liked me when they first met me.
Like, cause I don't even remember us ever really having a conversation until we was in like Mumble one time.
Yeah,
and like everybody left but me and you, and then we was in there for like 2 hours just talking. I'm like, I really don't even know this dude like that, but he seemed kind of cool.
Just like I don't know, like you, like I'm very big on energy, fam. So like you get out what you put out, and you can just tell when somebody is just genuine and somebody is real. Like I said, real G's moving signs like lasagna. That's the best thing I've heard when he say. You know it, like it's not no fake shit. Like when you real, first of all, when you real, you don't even gotta tell people you real. They just know you real. Other people will say it to you. So like I tend to click with people like that, and like I said, most people I met didn't like me the first time I met them. And I don't even like myself half the time, so I ain't mad at you. But just know that you're going to get these jokes nonstop 24/7.
Oh, yeah. That's what's up. Yeah, that's how I be feeling, though. It's like when you talk, like I always, like the energy you give me, I give it back. You know what I mean? And that's just how I am. Like I'm pretty timid around like newer people. Like when like the other members of the crew, they chill with people, they play games with people. I'm kind of like quiet and whatnot. They call me like, I think Nomad used to call me it all the time, call me an introvert. He like, you just don't like talking to new people. And I was just like, damn, I don't think that's true, because first time I think me and you just hit it off. So and it wasn't one of them, chest poked out moments where it was like, all right, well, I'm doing this or I'm doing this too. You know how that shit go. Like some people, they trying to impress people, or when somebody's streaming, they one way. Like with me, like when it ain't doing, you'll hear me talk a little more when the cameras ain't on and stuff like that. So I think that's how it was. We was just talking about some real shit. It ain't had nothing to do with no games or nothing. I think that's what it was.
Not only that, I just think it's like you could just like most of my issues with people online, even though some of my closest friends now, but like most of my issues with people online, most of my issues came from people from the East Coast, guys. Like the East Coast dudes always talk, and that's probably shit, like,
that's what they do. West, and me and you from like really we like would be like 90 minutes away from each other. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. So like, it's not like you just get a certain vibe from the Midwest. Like I think you told me like you from the city. I'm like, oh, you from the city, nigga? Oh, word. That's not even that far from me. What's good? Like,
that was it right there.
It's simple as like that. Like because like I used to go to the Shire all the time, but like. East Coast dudes, they always, y'all from Brooklyn, saying from Marcy, saying like they always got to rep.
Gotta tell you where they from soon as they
just relax, bro. Like,
you gotta relax. That's what I tell people. You gotta relax. But all right. So we got that established. Real recognized. Real all day, every day. What's the worst game you ever played, bro?
The worst game I ever played.
I know y'all do Game of L's on the GMG podcast. Shout out to the GMG podcast, Chase Money on Chase Money's channel. That stuff gonna all be linked in the description and stuff. So y'all check that out towards the end of the video somewhere. I'll plaster it on the screen somewhere. But
the worst game for me, it's to this day, it's got to be Superman 64, because like that game was just so bad, bro. Like it just was nothing good about that game ever. Like, and I feel like I've played games that are just as bad, but I remember N64 during that day. And during that time and that era, like N64 was on Smash, bro. Like almost every game was a hit. So for them to come out with a Superman who I really didn't give a fuck about Kal-El anyway.
I never liked Superman.
Like, yeah, I never cared about him either. So like, I just played it because I was a kid, and I'm just like, yo, this is trash, bro. Like, this is beyond trash. It's probably literally the worst thing I've ever seen.
So Superman 64. It's like when you ask me that, when I ask myself that it changes. Like one day I'll say, I remember going to the flea market because I didn't own it on Atari or nothing like that, but E.T. definitely was horrible. Yeah. But I never owned the Atari, you know what I'm saying, to play E.T., so I can't say that. But like when I think about it, you gotta
like the original Friday the 13th.
That was pretty bad. And you know what? I own that game on NES too, the original Friday the 13th. That's pretty bad, but I don't know, it changes, so I can't even really narrow it down right this moment. It's just like asking me what my favorite food is. I'll tell you 3 different things if you ask me 3 different times. So that's how it is. Like, all right, so you into music, right?
Yes, sir.
What type of music you listening to?
The main shit I'm listening to right now, to be honest with you, this Nipsey Hussle album. And then I'm listening to like Amine. I've been listening to Amine a lot. Like I just kind of discovered him like over a month ago. So been listening to him a lot. And then I'll go back and forth, like listening to the old school music. You know, that's pretty much my genre is the late 90s, early 90s, early 2000s. Like that music is just, you know, it just can't be touched.
That's what I say. From 92 to 2004.
All right, I was just saying that you know, Wayne had like such a pivotal moment in hip hop, and he dominated the genre for such a long time. So like, I think it's Wayne's dominance probably from like 02, maybe not 02, 04 to like 2010, 2011.
Yeah, his dominance started when I don't want to be that guy and sound like the hater or nothing, but I feel like he got big because everybody else that was coming out around that time was. You could consider him trash. No, I'm not gonna say. I'm not saying him.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, you gotta look at the 50s. You gotta look at like.
But by that time, he was already established, though. 50 was already established. Wayne wasn't established as a solo artist, though. Wayne was part of the group. You get what I'm saying? Wayne was part of the group. But a lot of them acts that were out around that time, like what was hot around that time? Party Like a Rockstar, Wipe Me Down. You know what I'm saying? I think they like me. Exactly. You know what I mean? So the quality of the music wasn't as great. So we hung on to Wayne like, yo, come on, man, give us some heat. And then when them dedication joints dropped, and it wasn't just Wayne, you still got it. Like Jeezy was hot. Like when Jeezy dropped in like 05, 06, Jeezy was the shit. I love Jeezy shit back then.
T.I. came home. Like Ludacris was still dominating.
Yeah. But the newer artists that like just came out right around the time.
That's Soulja Boy. I blame Soulja Boy for that. That was as soon as
I think he came a little later than that though, right? Didn't he come out like 2007?
I feel like he came in. Well, Soulja Boy was already around like for a long time. It's just the world hadn't heard him yet. Like, but like the Midwest, I don't like because you from the Midwest.
Still,
like
I still wish I never heard of him.
like we heard that dude like way before the world really heard him. So like, and then you know what I'm saying, like you still also gotta look at too like. This is Eminem's, Marshall Mathers LP. Like this is hip hop was really amazing during that time. So like that's the reason why I give it a little bit longer. But I'm also very I'm as I'm older, I'm listening to more. So I'll give everything a shot.
I'm being real with you, man. I used to just dismiss it, but like you said, the older I'm becoming, and it's like I don't want to be the dismissive old head. You know what I mean? To just be like, oh, if it's after any time after 2003, I don't want to hear it no more. It's trash. I don't want to be that.
Like believe it or not, bro. Like there's some country like pop songs that I've listened to that I thought was pretty decent. Like my music anatomy is just gone so far. Like I even listen to like dubstep every once in a while. Like if it catches me, it catches me. Like now the one thing I will say is I'm not the biggest fan of Migos. But I've only heard a few songs for them, so I can't really say that necessarily. But like, for them being the most popular group or whatever, like I've only heard like a few songs that I was like, okay. But like, other than that, I'm like really open to anything.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced with them. I mean, they got a couple songs that I would listen to and I won't be like, all right, turn this off. But but for the most part, I'm not that big of a fan. But I'm not knocking them. It's just not for me. I'll just say that. Yeah. Who's your favorite artist right now, though?
right now, ooh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
To be honest with you, this dude named Luke Christopher. I've been listening to this dude for like the past month or two, and his flow was very, very nice, bro. Like he reminds me of like a Cole Kendrick with a little Drake in him. Like the dude is really nice. So I'm giving my man Luke Christopher a shout out on that because he's not really like popular, you know, like that, but this dude, like, he puts out, I haven't heard a bad song from him yet, and that's saying a lot because I would definitely tell you if your shit's trash. Like I've heard like 2 of his mixtapes, and I'm just like, yo, is you gonna put out a bad song? Cause like I haven't heard one yet. So I'm gonna slide you after this is done, so you can just check it out.
Yeah, you know, I'll definitely check it out. Who's your favorite artist of all time?
All time, you already knew that is Tupac.
Okay.
This is not even an issue. like now, if you'd have said rapper, it'd have been a different story. But like artist, Tupac, and you know, he's transcends, you know, just rap and hip hop. He's literally, you know, up there. To me, he's on the same pedestal as someone like Michael Jackson or Prince, and those dudes.
See, I was always more of a Prince guy than Michael Jackson.
See, I'm the opposite, cuz. Like I'm Michael, bro. Like, did you hear the story that they said about Prince?
I've heard
Quincy Jones was talking about.
Oh God, yeah.
Man, that's Quincy Jones talking about like one day him and Prince and Michael Jackson did like a small show, and like they was going back and forth, like dancing and singing, and Michael won. And after the show, they said this man Prince tried to have the limousine ride, try to run
him
Michael
over. Yeah.
Like, yo.
He tried to take Mike out, man.
Yo, he tried
Prince
to
a
take
little
him
mean
out,
motherfucker. Prince, hey, he's still my guy though, man. Prince have hold that over his head like, hey, I wrote my own song.
Yeah, I mean, bro, he owned it. He owned everything. Like that's the one thing he can definitely.
That's why they killed him too.
Yeah, facts.
That's why they killed him. But that's a different story.
Ain't
for a
no
different
conspiracy
day.
theories. That's facts.
I mean,
like,
that man was walking around just a day ago, and all of a sudden he was sick and just died from nobody knows how. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And what's crazy, I heard about that. I think I was at Great America. Not Great America. I mean Disney World. I was at Disney World. It was like him and the wrestler China died like a day apart.
Yeah, didn't nobody give a fuck about China.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, but still, that's still sad. It's that like it was people you grew up watching and stuff. Yeah. It hit you a little bit. So
yeah, Prince hurt me. But Michael really hurt me, bro. Like because my grandma, my mom's playing the Jackson 5 growing up, like the atmosphere. Like I just really Michael. Like that shit really hurt me.
Yeah, that did. Of course, when the stuff happened with Big and Pac, and you know what I'm saying. Even when I was a young kid, heard about when Eazy-E had got AIDS and shit. I was just like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Left Eye. I think the shit with Aaliyah hurt too, cause I always had a crush on Aaliyah.
Yeah,
I love me some Aaliyah, yo.
I was left. Like out of the two, I prefer Left Eye. I thought she was just
Oh yeah,
that's another story.
That too. Yeah, that too. I don't want to sound creepy because they ain't here no more, but
yeah.
All right, so what's your preference, man? Because you've been dabbling on PC. You still prefer console over PC?
That's tough because it just really depends on my mood and the game itself. When it comes to openness and not having to pay for online and stuff like that, and cheap games, obviously PC is the way to go. But we also play games with our friends, and I have more people on PS4 and Xbox than I do on PC. Definitely. So I'm obviously going to run that. So it's to me, it's always going to be a toss-up until there's more predominant people on PC, which it's becoming because obviously
it's growing. It's definitely growing.
It's becoming like ridiculously fast. But like games like 2K, if I ever get back into that, I'd never play that on PC. Like,
oh no, we tried that, bro. I tried that on 2K15. I was done after that one. I was like, no, thank you.
It's just certain games I don't want to play. I
can't be out there on the court playing against big ass pterodactyls and shit.
Looney Tunes
I'm good, man. I can't do that. It's a no for me, dog. All right, the last question I got for you, man. This gonna always be my last question for everybody. What's your top 5 video games of all time?
Top 5 video
no particular order, just
time. Bet. X-Men on Sega Genesis, as I said earlier. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1989, the one that was in Chuck E. Cheese edition.
Oh yeah.
Turtles in Manhattan or whatever. Gears of War 1.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat trilogy.
Interesting.
I was brutality in the fuck. I was Cyrex all day, baby. And then number one, not number one, but the last one is, yo, Flock, you gonna hate me for this, brother. Oh, you gonna hate me for this, brother? Yo, like I just have to say it, bro.
Oh God, please tell me they would.
Destiny.
Oh no, no.
It's gotta be dumb.
No.
There's so much other games.
That's
that are
it.
better.
I'm cutting this off. That is the end.
Hold on. Let me just say my truth real quick.
You must
There's
justify
so many
this.
other games that are better, but I don't think I've ever put as much time in one game that I ever have in my life. I've played games back when we was younger. We couldn't get games all the time, but we wasn't gaming as much as we was back then as we are now. So I put in like 2.5 years on Destiny 1. Like that's no joke. Now, granted, it was on and off, but like it was damn. Like I put more time in that than I did 2K. That's basically the thing of 2Ks. So like I got to, bro. Like as much as I don't want to,
it's two games that you cannot. It's two games that you cannot name as one of your favorites without me just itching, man. Like my skin start crawling. Destiny is definitely one of them, and Bloodborne is another, yo. Like,
I don't give a fuck about Bloodborne. I was gonna say passion. I was gonna say Call of Duty 4, but like I said earlier, that game like that just holds a special place.
It just got a different significance to you.
That's a different, yeah. Plus, I met so many so for Gears of War, like I met a lot of like now UTX members from there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then like Call of Duty, just the franchise in general, like I met y'all. I met JG back when he was a Goonie. Like y'all don't know nothing about that. JG don't ever talk about he was a Goonie. He was a Goonie before he was UTX.
Oh yeah. So they told me about that. He told me about that. So, like, him and Merc.
I met some of the most real people alive, and that's still in my life over 10 plus years in Call of Duty and Gears of War. So
that's what's up. Told you, man. Y'all be surprised, man, how many people you meet. And when A9 told that story in the GI5, he said he was the best man. He was in somebody's wedding. I don't think he said he was the best man, but he was in somebody's wedding, a dude that he met on Xbox Live. And he still talks to this day. So I'm like, you'd be surprised, man.
Four or five UTX members came out to my wedding. So like, you know what I mean? And we had never met, me and B, Beezy. So like, that's my brother. So like, other than him,
that guy,
we never really met up, cause most UTX, think about UTX, everybody scattered around the world. JG's in St. Louis, my boy Keith Berry's in Chicago, we got some people in Atlanta, we got some people in the West Coast, so we're all over the place. So it has never been a chance where we can really just all come together. So I love the fellas that came out and supported. For sure.
All right, well, this has been fun, man. You want to plug whatever you want to plug real quick before we
bet. Y'all can check me out if y'all want on Twitter, UTxDaProph3cy with a 3, and then on Twitch is the same thing. I just want y'all to really give some love for GI and everything they doing, fam. Cop one of them hoodies. Shout out to my brothers at GMG, Ricky and Chase. Check out Chase and Ricky's channel, 3MG Live and X Chase Money. And we out, bro.
Okay. That's all you plugging is your Twitter?
That's all we plug. Oh, I said Twitch too. No, I said Twitch. It was right after. It's the same thing.
Okay, so everything's the same thing. You done with YouTube?
Oh yeah, well other than doing stuff
you was
this.
You was doing your Pokemon Go thing though, man. You was you was the man on Pokemon. And your shit got shouted out on Watch Mojo. A lot of people don't know that.
Yo.
When we seen that, we was like, yo, that's Prof.
Other than doing this and doing podcasts, me and YouTube, we just be. I don't have a passion to want to do this. I don't mind hopping on shit like this and being on podcasts and doing stuff like that, doing videos with people. But I don't have a passion to want to chop up
the content create
for 10 years. It should be when I be looking at some of the things TBH going through and stuff, and taking them 10 hours to chop up a video. And I'm just bro, I remember that time. And
not get the return.
Well, it's not even just the return. I just feel that's just so much. That's a full-time job, my nigga. 10 hours to chop up a video, and that's really light, to be honest with you, because sometimes dudes be taking days. And unless you got a full production team or something like that, you're not chopping out these videos.
Bro, that's how I was when I was doing them damn vlogs, yo.
That's what I'm saying.
I
so
had
you
hours upon hours of footage, yo, and I was doing that shit, and it was just like, but that, I felt like it was worth it because the people was messing with it, and that was one of them special things where it's like, it's 9 of us, and I mean, how often are all 9 of us gonna be in the same place at the same time? You know what I mean? With the exception of Ace and JG, different. I hadn't like personally met anyone else. I had met Ace before. I hung out. Me and JG hung out. Like, that's a different. I think I told you that story, so I ain't gonna. Yeah, that dude, that boy. But yeah, we hung out before. And me and Ace hung out before. But you know, it was never like all of us. Like everyone else, it was like the first time. So you know, I felt like that was something special. So I didn't mind doing that. It just took a long ass time. So
yeah, see, like I don't have that. And like the funny thing is, like you know, because you still upload videos anyway. Like I be peeping the 2K videos and stuff like that, and the real shit that you be saying. But like I have days where I really want to do it. Like there's days where I just be like, yo, fam, I want to make like 10 videos,
and you
have moments to PUBG.
And you had that shit right in front of you. Be like, you know what, man, I'm good, man. Black Lightning coming on, I'm cool, right?
Yo, that's exactly what it is, bro. I'm like, yo, like I will have that shit up. I'll like. Cause I don't really write scripts down. Like, you know, we pretty much freestyle everything we do. That's just something that, you know, us Wakandians are gifted at doing. You know what I'm saying? If you're from the motherland, you understand that shit. So like, we don't gotta write scripts, but you know, it does not knock people that do, because it does help keep your mind straight and all that. But like, so like I started like, you know, doing a little bit, and I was just like, man, fuck. Like, I don't feel like doing this shit. See me on Twitch, guys.
Right. I feel you, man. Twitch is definitely the route, man. You see a lot of us leaning towards Twitch, so yeah, I might be streaming later myself.
Yeah, I'm about to stream as soon as we done with this.
All right, well, I'm gonna hop in there for a quick second while I'm checking all this stuff out and start trying to piece this stuff together. So yeah. We out of here, y'all. Hopefully everybody everybody enjoyed the video, man. It's the homie Prof, my motherfucking man. So
gang,
yeah. So shout out to the GMG crew. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? All that good old stuff, man. Links to his stuff will be in the description. It's plastered on the screen at some point. If you didn't see it, rewind it and go back and look at it again. We out of here, y'all. Peace.
Squall.
Yeah.
For real. Like,
oh shit.
Dude, I'll do it a little bit later because
shit.
Because Wayne had like such a pivotal, you know, moment in
But that's one artist though. You gotta be fucking kidding me. What the fuck? No. I said, but yeah, that's one artist though, and it was like, yeah, man.
Yo, I didn't even hear you say one artist. All I heard was yeah, but I was just like, wait, what?
Oh shit.